Have you ever thought about how Uber transformed the way we travel? Let's roll back the clock a little. Picture the early 2000s. You're on a city street, arm outstretched, hoping to hail a taxi. The rain's pouring, you're late, and every cab that passes is either occupied or ignoring your frantic waving. It was a time when getting from point A to point B was often a gamble, a frustrating, inconvenient reality for many city dwellers and visitors alike. Then came along a game-changing solution: Uber. The brainchild of Travis Kalanick and Garrett Camp, Uber was conceived from a simple yet revolutionary idea. What if you could request a ride at the tap of a button? What if you could see your ride coming in real time, know the fare before you start, and pay without cash? In San Francisco, during the winter of 2008, this idea began to take shape. Kalanick and Camp, frustrated with the city's inadequate cab service, envisioned a timeshare limo service that could be ordered via an app. Yet, as they delved deeper, they realized that their concept had potential far beyond luxury limo rides. It could fundamentally disrupt the way people moved within cities. So, they got to work. They developed an app that connected drivers with people who needed a ride. They tested, iterated, and refined their concept. It was not just about building an app, it was about creating a seamless user experience from requesting a ride to stepping out of the car. It was about reliability and convenience, elements that were sorely missing in traditional taxi services. And thus, in 2009, Uber was born. A simple idea that would change the transportation industry forever. Uber's early years were not a smooth ride, but they were certainly exciting. This ride-hailing giant first hit the streets in San Francisco back in the summer of 2010. Just imagine it, the very first Uber ride, a simple idea that would revolutionize the way we travel. The concept was simple yet groundbreaking. Why wait for a taxi when you could request a private driver at the tap of a button? Uber's initial launch was a success, and the company was quick to hit the gas pedal on expansion. Within a year, Uber had spread its wings to New York City, and by the end of 2011, the company was operating in Paris, marking its first international venture. Despite facing regulatory challenges in many of these new markets, Uber was relentless. The company was driven by a mission to offer a real alternative to the conventional taxi service. But Uber didn't stop at simply offering a ride. They had bigger plans. In 2012, the company introduced UberX, a less expensive option that allowed drivers to use their personal vehicles. This was a game-changer, as it opened the door for almost anyone to become an Uber driver. Fast forward to 2014, and Uberpool was born. This new feature allowed riders heading in the same direction to share their journey, making Uber an even more affordable and eco-friendly option. It was yet another innovative move that kept Uber ahead of the curve. So, in just a few years, Uber had gone from a small startup in San Francisco to a global phenomenon, redefining urban mobility across the world. They had to navigate through a maze of regulatory challenges, but their innovative spirit and relentless drive for expansion kept them going. Uber was off to a rocketing start, expanding its services globally and introducing innovative ride options. The early years of Uber were nothing short of a revolution in the transportation industry, setting the stage for the company's future growth and evolution. Uber didn't just disrupt the taxi industry, it revolutionized the entire transportation landscape. Imagine a world where a ride is just a tap away, where the concept of hailing a cab is as antiquated as dial-up internet. That's the world Uber has helped create. But Uber's influence extends far beyond just providing a convenient way to get from point A to point B. It has fundamentally reshaped the way we think about work and how we move around our cities. Uber and other companies like it have given rise to what we now call the gig economy. This new economy is characterized by flexible, temporary or freelance jobs, often involving connecting with clients or customers through an online platform. It's a world where anyone with a car can make money on their own terms. This has provided an unprecedented level of flexibility for workers, and it's all thanks to Uber's pioneering model. But the impact of Uber isn't just confined to the world of work. It has also had a profound effect on urban transportation. In cities around the world, Uber has become a vital part of the transportation ecosystem. It fills the gaps left by public transportation, providing a convenient and accessible option for people who need a ride. This has led to a decrease in the reliance on personal car ownership, reducing congestion and benefiting the environment. However, it's not all rosy. Uber's rise has also led to increased traffic in some cities, as more cars are on the road ferrying passengers around. This has sparked a debate about the role of ride-hailing services in urban planning and transportation policy. But regardless of the challenges, there's no denying the impact Uber has had. It has changed the way we work, the way we travel, and even the way our cities are designed. Uber, a game changer, had not only influenced the taxi industry, but also reshaped our cities and economies. And every revolution brings its own set of challenges, and Uber was no exception. As Uber quickly rose to prominence, the company found itself in the middle of various controversies and legal challenges. One of the first major issues to hit Uber was the question of driver classification. The company claimed their drivers were independent contractors, not employees. This meant Uber didn't have to provide benefits or minimum wages. However, several drivers and labor groups disagreed, leading to multiple lawsuits that questioned the very foundation of Uber's business model. While Uber grappled with questions about its labor practices, the company also faced safety concerns. Some critics argued that the company's background checks were not thorough enough, leading to instances where passengers felt unsafe. In response to these criticisms, Uber invested in new safety features, including an in-app emergency button and sharing trip details with trusted contacts. Regulatory battles also became a significant part of Uber's journey. In many cities around the world, the company's rapid expansion was met with resistance from local taxi unions and government officials. These groups argued that Uber was operating illegally, bypassing local licensing and safety regulations. One of the most notable of these battles happened in London, where the city's transport authority initially stripped Uber of its license to operate. But it wasn't just external challenges that Uber had to overcome. Internal scandals also rocked the company, leading to a change in leadership and a renewed commitment to improving the corporate culture. From allegations of sexual harassment to claims of a toxic work environment, these controversies forced Uber to take a hard look at itself and make some serious changes. But in true Uber fashion, the company didn't shy away from these challenges. Instead, they used them as opportunities to learn, grow, and innovate. They've made strides in improving driver conditions, enhancing passenger safety, and working with regulatory bodies to ensure they're operating within the law. Despite the hurdles, Uber persisted, always striving to improve and innovate. Uber has come a long way since its inception, and it's not stopping anytime soon. As we speak, Uber has firmly established itself as a market leader in the ride-hailing industry, operating in over 60 countries and hundreds of cities worldwide. Not just content with revolutionizing the way we travel, Uber has also ventured into the food delivery market with Uber Eats, bringing the same ease and convenience to getting your food as it did to getting a ride. Uber Eats has taken the food delivery world by storm, ranking as one of the top food delivery services globally. It's the same Uber, but this time, instead of picking you up, they're picking up your dinner. From your favorite local joint to the fanciest restaurants in town, Uber Eats has made it all just a tap away. But Uber's ambition doesn't stop there. The company is constantly looking to the future, a future where technology drives transportation. Uber has been investing heavily in autonomous vehicles with the aim of making self-driving cars a reality. Imagine a world where you call for an Uber, and a driverless car shows up. It sounds like science fiction. But with Uber's relentless innovation, this could be closer than we think. Moreover, Uber is also exploring the potential of drone delivery. The idea is to use drones to deliver food and small packages, offering yet another level of convenience for its users. While this may seem far-fetched, Uber has already conducted successful test flights, proving that the concept is more than just a pipe dream. In essence, Uber is not just a company, it's a vision of the future. A future where transportation is seamless, efficient, and driven by technology. From its humble beginnings as a simple ride-hailing app to its current status as a global transportation giant, Uber has always been about pushing the boundaries. Uber continues to drive forward, always pushing the boundaries of what's possible in transportation.